Beautiful.
Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast, the podcast that's slightly off, where we talk about movies that are slightly off. I am your one of two hosts, Mikey, and co-host number 2 over there, the dog lover, but not in a sexual way himself, Samuel.
That's me. I love dogs, but not in that gross way. Okay.
No, sir. Now that we've cleared the air on that, how are you doing? How are you doing?
Really, really good, dude. How are you?
I'm also doing good. I just finished watching a movie with my wife. Life is good. She's I think she's starting to pick up a habit because right before we recorded the previous episode, we had just finished Back to the Future for the first time, and today we watched Upgrade for her first time. And same with Back to the Future, but just kind of unprompted. I'll hype up a bunch of movies as like an annoying husband would do, right?
Yeah.
And she's never like wanting to watch a movie as often as I do. Usually I'm like one a day type guy.
Right.
For the most part. She doesn't have that kind of like patience to just be able to pick any fucking movie and just watch it. But today we were talking about like this new Netflix true crime documentary called like The Crash, where
I heard some stuff about that. Yeah,
and she was just like, "Yeah, heard of this thing? Have you heard of it? It's like, like true crime. It crashes into the building." We watched the trailer, and she hits me with like, "So is this like exploitative?" And I was like, "It absolutely is. That's just what Netflix does." So we like talked about that a little bit. He was like, "That feels kind of like gross." They're kind of like, it's like these are like real people that died. It's like, yeah, it's fucked up. All that aside, though, that the documentary does look pretty good, though.
Does it?
It does. I mean,
the views. That's what gets the clicks.
Yeah, I'm like a true crime. I do like a bit of true crime too. It's a guilty.
Totally.
It is a guilty pleasure for a reason. It is just fascinating. But like, the ones I watch the most of are like the police body cam videos with just like the narrator just like talking about what happened.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like mess with those ones a lot, especially just when they're on TikTok and I have to find the second part of it. But anyway,
if you send me body footage of a Karen freaking out in public, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, and
there's
then she
no
gets like
doubt
thrown
in my
to the
mind
fucking ground.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. That's God. So I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
but
sometimes sometimes they do like make a big deal out of it just for drama's sake.
For sure.
Anyway,
did you watch it though?
No, we didn't. We didn't watch that. We watched Upgrade from 2018 because she just happened to pass by it, and I always hype up that movie quite a bit. I was like, that's a dynamite movie right there. She like read the description and watched like the clip they have of it and just started playing it.
Nice.
And just like, sorry, but we're just watching this. It's like, that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. I get to watch
the whole thing too.
Yeah.
Good. So let me hear what her take is, since obviously you liked it.
Yeah, she enjoyed it a lot. Kind of like when the dude like first like gets like the chip activated and he's like breaking plates over that dude's head or like his body is and he's freaking out. She thought that was funny. So she enjoyed it quite a bit. And kept making like the same like computer make this dude gay and fat and stuff from like another TikTok thing. She kept like making that joke.
Hell yeah.
But
I love that movie.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking blast.
I ended up seeing that movie. I don't even remember why I was at the theater. It wasn't even like really in the day where I would just go to the theater, but now I do that. Anyway, this movie was just like a random, like, I was like, I'll go see this random ass shit. Blew me away. I was like, it felt like it was low budget, especially like, I mean, it feels a little cheap.
I think it's Blumhouse, so it's like naturally like $10 million at most.
Yeah. So like I'm watching this thing and, it really picks up speed pretty quick when the chip gets. Yeah, it's a good ass movie. That's all I'm saying. I had a great experience. in the theater with that one.
I watched that for the first time like when I was like, I think like 21. So I was like also like dumb and stupid enough to really get into it too. Whereas like again like Dude, fucking like the fucking camera like tracks his body too, so it's like the craziest shit you've ever seen.
There's some good actual camera work. There's some good. It's a good movie. I mean, for sure.
It's
not just senseless.
Solid,
it's good. Did it hold up as well the second watch?
Certainly.
Did you hype it up?
I haven't seen it since the pandemic, but it definitely is still. It's still like a blast. I mean, again, like it's got like the fucking insane choreography with the camera and like the whole like sci-fi, like the huge sci-fi angle is pretty neat for like a low budget kind of spectacle. It does get pretty silly at times. I think like one of the main villains like sneezes on a guy and sends like microbots, nanobots with knives into his fucking brain. So it's not it's definitely not afraid of doing something really stupid out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But again, he does cut a dude's head in half with a kitchen knife. So it's a ton of fun, forgivably a little dumb.
Yeah. I agree.
Again, that's a total fucking blast. I still like the movie a lot.
Fuck yeah. Netflix, shouts out.
They have the movie on there.
Have you been to the theater at all?
Yes. Another funny story relating to my wife with this one. I took a day off work just to have a day off, so I went and caught Guy Ritchie's In the Gray. It was going to be either that or The Sheep Detectives, because the internet... Yeah, it's
I want to see The Sheep Detective so bad.
I was on board with it when I saw the trailer. I was like, this looks like it could be a surprise delight. Yeah. And then I saw the director of Minions, and the rest of the trailer was just bad, like, kid humor. And I was like, this could be the worst, actually. And then
it could be the worst, right?
But then, it came out, and everyone's, like, watching it and crying, and it's got, like, a fucking perfect 100, like, I think it's, like, 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, oh, is this movie actually, like, the surprise hit of the year?
Yeah, right. It's the new Paddington.
So I thought about watching that for the podcast, because it would be, I'm sure, a good movie to talk about.
Yeah.
But I chose In the Gray instead, because it's, I think, 10 minutes shorter. And that one looked much more like, seeing that trailer, I was like, this looks like a guaranteed at least good time.
Yeah.
And it is. Unfortunately, it was the one new movie out last weekend that my wife wanted to see, and now I saw it without her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I got home after, like, seeing it. She had gotten home from work, and she was like, so that movie you saw, did you ask if I wanted to see it? And I was like, no, I didn't.
Damn.
Did you? I was like, a little bit, and I felt bad.
In the doghouse. You're in trouble.
Yeah, but if she wants to see it again, I'll gladly fucking see it again. It is a pretty good time. Yeah. Henry Cavill and Gyllenhaal are, like, pretty functional, They work in the movie.
For sure.
It's an easy watch. It's not Guy Ritchie's, like, smartest or snappiest, but it's a pretty confident 7 out of 10.
Nice.
It is still a good deal amount of fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm
So,
glad.
I'll see it.
There's so
again
many
soon,
things
sure.
in theaters right now that I want to see that I just have not found the time for. I've just been too busy. Obsession, everybody is talking about.
I missed that one too. Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about the marketing, not even just the marketing, but just like this film sphere. How much I'm seeing this movie. The moment that it came out, like, every single reviewer had the itch that they had to talk about this one as soon as they possibly could. Like, obviously says something, hey, that the movie is like easy to talk about. There's something maybe shocking or like extremely terrifying or just really good about it. But, like, I don't know. It's like it feels like this hot new thing that if you didn't see it in that first weekend, like, that buzz, like, just kind of gives me this weird sour taste where it's like it, like, puts the movie on a little pedestal where, like, I don't have the no expectations at all anymore, and I just like I'm still gonna, I'm sure, enjoy the movie. Everybody seems to be.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I couldn't escape the weekend that it came out. I couldn't escape seeing every single person like was posting and talking about it. I'm like, God damn,
Not
not even going
party
to the
yet.
movie this
Little
weekend.
little
You know,
FOMO,
I'm
yeah.
so it's just like, damn. It's like a bummer that I'm missing out on that a little bit, but also
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It gives me a little bit of like,
Little pause.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So, but I'll go see that soon, I guess.
Yeah, I might check that one out too. I mean, I'm going to for sure. Just a matter of when. Especially again to like, yeah, like I have like a coworker who's like, you gotta see Obsession so we can talk about it. He didn't even say like good or bad or any like immediate like thoughts. He's just like, I cannot say anything without you having seen it. So
Right.
it's,
Right.
I
There's
kind of
obviously
like,
something in there.
yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat where I don't know like too much about it. I don't know what the guy did before. I know he's like YouTube and stuff, but
Yeah, I
I
just
don't know
try
what
to
he did
avoid it
before.
all at this point. I've seen enough of like people talking about it where I don't even want to know any more about the actual movie. I want to go in more blind than ever,
Yeah,
uh, because apparently that's the way to do it. That's everyone's kind of alluding to. It seems like
yeah,
I don't want to spoil anything, but I want to talk about it. It's like okay.
yeah.
uh, we'll see. I'm trying to go to the mystery movie more often because I
Mhm.
think those are so fun. I
Yeah.
went to one of those and I saw a movie called Tuner. Did you hear about this Tuner movie?
My other coworker told me about it because he saw the trailer and was like super like surprised just by the concept of it. He was like, "I gotta tell you about this movie." So like I've been
Yeah.
aware of it, and then I did finally see the trailer for it in front of In the Gray, and I was like,
Oh
"This
yeah.
does look kind of dynamite. This does look pretty sick,
Yeah.
like off like concept."
Yeah, it comes out on the 29th or something, like in a week or something.
Yeah,
It was the mystery movie like 2 weeks ago, 2 Mondays ago. Uh, and it was okay.
yeah.
I don't. I actually made a little YouTube video about it, just talking about it for like a few minutes, so I don't really have much more else to say about it because
Mhm.
honestly, I don't even know why I talked about it in the first place because it's such like a 3.5 star. It doesn't really stick any landings. It doesn't do much. But like again, going to I think I talked about this last time. Again, like going to these mystery movies is just it's just too fun. Like even when the movie is so like meh,
Yeah.
I don't care. It's just fun letting it unravel. Um
Going like the most possible blind you could be,
the most possible blind and it's just like
just being
I'm choo-
shown
I- I'm
something.
I'm choosing that over going to like other movies that I know I want to see. Obviously,
Yeah,
I didn't go to this the same time Obsession was out. I'd probably choose Obsession right now because everybody's talking about it. But
yeah.
I've been choosing this mystery. I want to go more often. And like every chain is doing them every Monday. It seems like.
Yeah, it's.
Uh,
I think it's like the quickest expanded like idea since $5 Tuesdays. I think.
yeah, it's fantastic because there's like this like little another like subsphere of like moviegoers and there's like a shit ton of people who are going to these early movie reviews to kind of just be
And
able to talk about it amongst themselves.
yeah, and like you get like the cool new. It's like a extra like marketing push. Just like a little like, to get people to
Yeah.
talk about it a week before it comes out at like fucking work. Like I saw this new movie. It's not even out yet. Ooh, there's a.
Right.
And even
Right.
again, if it's like yeah, like Tuner or like the Threesome, which is the one I saw like last year.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
still got to see a movie like a week before everybody else. Total
Yeah.
mystery. And now I was like, I saw this random movie. Apparently, it's
Yeah.
out in a week. It's a neat idea. Good idea.
It is fun. It is fun. I'll probably go again this. What is it today? Thursday?
Yeah.
It is Thursday. I'll probably go again. Wait, no, that's a holiday. We'll see.
They'll still
We'll
do
see.
it. Memorial Day. Things are still
Yeah,
open.
sure. Things are still open. Um, Speaking of that kind of thing, do you want to kind of transition into the movie of the week? You have anything else you want to talk about?
That's really it. I mean, aside from things that are coming out. Oh, I do got beef. I got beef.
Oh shit! He remembers his beef. What's
I got my beef. Yeah, I did. I remember when I picked Kangaroo Jack. We flipped a coin for it. We let fate decide
Yeah.
Kangaroo Jack or The Wicker Man with Nic Cage.
That's
Fate
right. You watched The Wicker Man.
Fate gave us Kangaroo Jack, and I last week gave myself The Wicker Man. And I'm kind of glad we did Kangaroo Jack instead.
Yeah,
because Kangaroo Jack is like a much worse fucking movie. You know, Kangaroo Jack, I think, could be considered like an evil movie. There's not a lot to redeem out of Kangaroo Jack. We've discussed it.
Yeah.
But like the Wicker Man, Nic Cage's Wicker Man is functionally a better movie, but it is just unfortunately really dull.
Yeah.
For most of the movie. Yeah, it doesn't, you know, like Cage is just doing like nothing super interesting for most of the movie until like the final like 30 minutes when he is finally let off his leash. You know, dresses up as bear, punches a few women in the face. You know, that's when it does finally get interesting. But what really grinded my gears about it was I think I had to rent it. And when I looked it up, I saw theatrical cut, unrated cut. And I was like, what the fuck could be unrated about The Wicker Man? I'm just going to do the theatrical cut, right? As God intended. Right? I'm not going to do, you know, any extra uncuts, director's cuts. I'll do director's cuts on like a rewatch. Or if it's like some like Blade Runner where like, this is the one you have to watch.
Yeah.
I'll just do the theatrical. Yeah, I'll do the theatrical. You know? So I did the theatrical for The Wicker Man instead of the uncut. And where my biggest beef with this fucking movie lies is that the whole not the bees scene is not in the theatrical cut. The only fucking scene from Nic Cage's Wicker Man people ever talk about was a deleted scene that they later put into the uncut version of the movie. So I didn't get to watch that scene happen.
Well, you've probably seen it just as everyone else has seen it, which is just on the internet.
Yeah, but the point of me, the only reason anybody would go watch Nic Cage's Wicker Man ideally would be for that scene. It's the only scene people talk about, especially with how bad the movie is.
Yeah, you did it backwards. You did it completely backwards.
I didn't
what you're supposed to do is just watch the clip on YouTube.
Yeah.
Of that. Instead, you watched everything but that clip.
Yeah, I got the worst of it.
Yeah, damn. I heard like the original is super good too.
It is good. It is a good movie. I watched it like a couple years ago, and it's like,
all right.
Yeah, it is like a super solid like folk horror that focuses on like the eccentricities of like the village, and Christopher Lee's really good in it. You know.
Yeah.
It's like unfortunate how like this one is trying so hard to do the same thing but still make it different, but in the end it just doesn't do anything at all. Right?
Damn. Yeah.
It is unfortunate, and it's unfortunate that I watched everything except for the only good thing or interesting thing about the movie. You know, like
Nic Cage screaming his
not the bees.
Head off.
They fucking like make a point with his character to say that he's allergic to bees and he doesn't like being around bees throughout the movie. So I'm expecting it. I'm like, oh, this is how it builds up and connects. He's gonna get attacked by a lot of bees later, and he's gonna do his bit. And then he doesn't. It just cuts to him like being kidnapped, and then they remove a burlap sack and he's got bee stings all over him. I'm like, am I going did I miss it? There's no way I missed it. I know I'm high, but I wouldn't miss the only scene I'm here for.
It's so funny.
Yeah, so I'm fucking fuming about it.
Blue balls moment.
Dude, I got fucking cucked so fucking hard. I'm pissed.
You played yourself, brother. Mm-hmm. Oh well. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Shoot.
But yeah, that's my beef. That's my beef. That was like.
I hope you can squash it one day.
Yeah. So
watch the clip on YouTube.
There's a announcement for the audience. We're not watching The Wicker Man. That one's not gonna happen. I'm not picking it. We don't have a wheel to pick for us anymore.
That's right. We're in control. Speaking of the movie of the week, you want to talk about that goddamn beast of a film?
Yeah, let's talk about George A. Romero's Knightriders. What'd you think?
Oh man, I loved it. I loved it. What I was going to say about going in blind, like I knew a little bit about this movie. This one would have been incredible to just because let's set the scene. If you don't know Knightriders, it opens in this like beautiful forest. It almost feels enchanted, and
Yeah.
then it's like kind of magically like
A lot of like
editing a
light
bird.
beams,
Yeah,
light
and then
beams
like
through the
this black
leaves.
bird is flying. It's kind of like it's like almost dreamlike, and then suddenly the bird swoops, and then up out of the grass comes you see a sleeping man who's just fully naked with a woman fully naked. They almost feel like they're Adam and Eve waking up in the Garden of Eden. Like that's like if you didn't know anything about this movie, it feels like the beginning of time to me. And it's like so magical, and it's quite literally just how this movie presents its main character. Like this dude is so magical. He lives in an enchanted forest and wakes up in with the dew on his women's breasts or something. You know, like it's some crazy beautiful shit. And then the movie is about knights driving motorcycles and doing a Renaissance fair for the public to watch. Like
it's
it,
like the more you
the
like
movie is
peel this
so
thing
crazy.
back, the more you just
Yeah,
observe the movie instead of like watch it. You just observe it. That's where the weird part of it lies, I think.
truly.
Because yeah, like starting from the beginning, you do get like Ed Harris just naked in the woods with a woman, and then he starts putting on his knightly garbs and his cloaks and his tunics. He's got his sword and his helmet, and then like you like
Yeah, he puts his
mounts.
crown on it in the
Yeah, he puts his
forest.
crown.
That's
He's
right. That's
he's
right.
got his sword, and he like mounts his steed, and so does his queen. But it's not a horse they're on; it's a motorcycle. And then George A. Romero's Knightriders.
So good.
So it is a crazy thing to start. Like, it's a crazy way to establish the movie.
It does, and it creates this tone which the whole movie really, I feel like depends on. Like this movie should have fallen apart at probably every turn, but its its earnestness,
Yeah,
it just creates this energy, and this first scene is a really good example of it. A really good example of just like what you're in for. Like, yeah, it's goofy on paper, but like we're gonna take it dead ass serious.
yeah. It's like at like front facing the movie. I thought I was expecting like a hangout type thing. We're at the Ren Fair, not like on the
Yeah.
level of like Mallrats or Clerks, where like shenanigans ensue, but like shenanigans like you know winning the tournament, getting ticket sales up,
Yeah.
something like that, where running the Ren Fair is the movie. But
Right.
instead, it's a 2.5 hour character drama with a whole family and community of characters to like
A
really
ton.
start to feel like getting the feels about.
And what's so incredible is that they're all so thoroughly fleshed out. Like every little side character even feels like real. I mean,
Yeah,
these guys are really written to be like
and like
I believe that these guys have lived together for months and like this
yeah, these are people who like
yeah.
travel the road together, and you feel it, especially again like the first hour is setting up all these characters and their relationships to each other before introducing like any meaningful conflict. You do get like a little bit of like like you figure out like Morgan wants the crown and Billy's job, but it be because they're medieval knights, they gotta win the tournament, defeat the king type thing. They're very taking it
Right.
very seriously, but it is built, the entire movie and their whole troupe is just built around them. And like my biggest thing about like going into this was, is it gonna justify 2.5 hours? And like it feels 2.5 hours, but it doesn't. There's nothing that can be cut because everything does feel so important. And if you're like,
True.
to make this movie shorter is to just get rid of characters entirely, which goes
Right.
against what this movie is trying to do.
Yeah. It spends a lot of time with not a lot of time with each character, but enough time with each character. It gives
Yeah.
like some very important. I mean, like just the announcer guy who he had his old gay moment where he was asked if he was gay and he didn't want to
Yeah.
answer. Like it takes that even side stuff like so seriously,
Mm-hmm.
and like lets it fully flesh out. And like if yeah, you're right. If some of that gets deleted and put on the fucking editing room floor, it ruins the magic of this movie. It
Yeah.
like the magic of feeling like this community is real and fleshed out. Like that's so important.
And in like
The screenplay's incredible
any
on this
other
thing.
movie like in this time too would use like Pippin, I think, as like a sort of punchline, but like again, like George A. Romero's already been like known to be it more progressive than the rest. I mean, like Night of the Living Dead is like the first like movie to have like a black character who's like is not in the movie to be black. He's just a character.
Yeah.
Like there's like him being black does not affect the story in any way whatsoever. So like he pulled that off in like 1968, and here he is having a serious conversation about like some guy's like sexuality, completely earnestly, no jokes, like a few like snide comments from his friends, but again nothing to make the audience laugh.
Right.
Which is
Yeah.
like
The whole thing is played with the level of respect and earnesty that it's
yeah.
again the reason it rocks.
On
Yeah.
to like that, and the stunt work is just fucking insane too.
They're really crashing a lot of fucking bikes.
Yeah, and
How long this movie took to film? I mean, that's a lot of fucking
I
lot of bike scenes.
yeah, I think like I was like thinking about this as I was watching it, and I was like, I had the thought that like maybe George A. Romero wanted to do like an actual medieval set movie and develop these characters around that, but for some reason budgetary restraints couldn't get the actual budget to do full scale medieval fantasy,
Yeah.
and instead just set it modern day Renfest. So then the costume and props budget can go way the fuck down, and then they can spend the rest of the budget just blowing up motorcycles.
Yeah.
And I was pretty close on that hypothesis.
Yeah.
Romero did want to do an actual medieval set movie, but some producers like they should ride motorcycles, and Romero ran with it.
I love the producer angle of this, sort of like the snide like sign a contract, we're gonna make you guys
Yeah,
famous. Like that whole those characters are great. God, this movie's I'm remembering that whole bit with the photographer and Tuck, Friar Tuck.
yeah.
I'm remembering that now. When did you watch this? How many days ago?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay, me too.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, man. I loved that it was like a it played with time in a way that was super unexpected half the time. So like it would just jump far away. So like the first 30 minutes of this movie is all one big scene, right? And
Yeah.
then it cuts, and then how many weeks away are they? I don't know. It doesn't really say. It kind of just alludes to things. Uh it plays with the editing in such a interesting way that I think really lends to the mysticism of this whole thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It's speaking like I do want to like jump to back to the beginning when it is again like they're all like crashing motorcycles, like they're shoving like lances into the spokes of their tires, and they're just flipping their bikes to just eating absolute fucking dirt and neck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Genuinely jaw dropped like at that. Um but in like did you notice who was like one of the hecklers? It was like this isn't real. It's like it's like wrestling. It's all fake. You know who that was?
Oh no, the guy you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I know. I'm picturing him, but who is it?
That was Stephen King.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently him
Yeah.
and Romero were like working on a project together and like became friends, and like just quick cameo as like some fucking heckler. It was like, what?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I loved a lot of the audience. I mean, that's where a lot of the humor that did come in was
Yeah.
pretty good. The audience members, the girl's dad, the fat slob guy.
Yeah.
He was funny until he started hitting his wife, and I'm like, oh, well, not,
The,
you
the
didn't actually see it, but I'm like, damn, all right, less
yeah,
funny
you
now.
just see like the like a bruise that covers just her entire half of her face. Like she had to like
Yeah,
that dude either has the biggest hands in the world or just hit her with a fucking mallet. That
stole
bruise
the
was
mallet.
yeah, the bruise like took up half her face. That was unreal.
Yeah, so when in the movie twice, so in the first scene where the people from the public come and they kind of start making like a ruckus, they're wearing their own
Yeah.
shit, they have their own motorcycles. I loved first off, I loved that. But when it happens the second time, it is like damn near confusing what's happening. Uh and it like I loved it. I loved
It's
that
like
scene.
yeah, like the first time it happens, it does feel like oh my god, maybe they've lost control, and then it's like oh no, these guys are still like at least like stunt drivers too, so they know how to like fuck people up, which
Yeah.
also like gave me one of the biggest laughs I had with the movie was when like two of them are like going down like the road and they're like tangled and he just said like I just want the mace back, man. I just want my spear back. That's all I want. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, here you go. Okay.
Why
And he's like,
just ask?
yeah. He's like, by the way, look out for the barn. And he like almost hits the barn and then hits 6 consecutive signs, and
Yeah.
then jumps a fruit stand off a cliff into a lake. And I was like,
Yeah,
that's like the silliest gag in this kind of movie so far. And I mean, it still remained the silliest. Everything gets pretty serious after that, but it was still like a lot of crazy stunts in the movie. And then the second time, you know, their shit gets stolen, that one does feel significantly more out of control. Just like,
yes.
you know, like by that point in the movie, everything like everyone's strained in their relationships. Nobody is really happy with anybody, but they're still doing it because they don't know what else to do.
Yeah. God, and like the end of this movie is such a fucking actual like happy fucking heartwarming ass like moment. I feel like it kind of gets rushed a little bit, and that has to do with some of this editing that I'm talking about, where it kind of jumps in time. But like once they're finally all back together,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, oh, the community's back. Like, dude, the movie is so sold at that point. Like, it was
Yeah.
all worth it. It was like I felt the whole journey. Like, even though like I don't even know how long from when the first scene is to when the last scene is, how many weeks have taken place, how many months. Uh, I don't even know. Like, they were like half famous. He was doing the photo shoot. Like, I blinked and they were like not together, and he was doing a photo shoot. You know what I mean? I'm like, how many weeks has it been? How many months has it
Yeah.
been? How many months have they been apart? It did that kind of playing with the editing where it just I feel like it didn't hold your hand with some of that stuff. Uh, and again, I'm saying all this as a positive. And I feel like it almost sounds like a negative, but I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved every side character. Merlin, awesome.
Oh, Merlin was yeah so fucking cool. He's like best hangout guy of the movie.
Yeah.
You just like imagine like spitting some fucking bars at your friend for being like an asshole, and then like your friend sitting next to you just starts playing the harmonica.
Yeah.
No, but he was like super fucking cool. Apparently, like the guy like just isn't in any movies, but has like a pretty big like theater career. Or he does like other
Oh,
like
really?
performance art. Like I think he's based in Pittsburgh. I think or Pittsburgh or Boston, somewhere East Coast. But yeah, he was like I think like yeah one of my favorite characters for sure. Anytime like he was on screen like giving Ed Harris like a life lesson, I was like fully like wrapped in with it. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, for real.
this guy's got it figured out. I don't know why Ed Harris can't let go.
Yeah. Even the characters like that I feel like I shouldn't like. Okay, so specifically, what is the main guy who the pretty hair who goes off and signs the contract and is doing the photo shoot with the girls.
That is Morgan. That's Tom Savini.
Morgan.
Yeah.
That's who that is. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I knew he looked familiar. Okay, so Morgan, him and his girlfriend, who's the mechanic.
Yeah.
Them two, I feel like obviously like I should like hate him. He's going off and cheating on her, not really being like a loyal guy at all. But then like they come back together and I actually feel the genuine like connection there. And I should hate both of them, but I'm just like, all right, I see like a full dimensional character here. I don't just see like one thing, I see it all. And that's so well written. I think the whole screenplay is so tight that these moments can really have depth to them.
Feel like have depth, feel authentic. Because like, I felt like the same way too. Is like this guy is just unloyal, and his girlfriend just like does put up with it. Mm-hmm. But then like like he like goes signs his contract and like starts like banging that like one woman. And he's like, you'll be fun till my husband gets home, and then he kind of like is taken aback by that he is the side piece for this woman.
Yeah.
And then
opens his eyes a little bit to what he had and
like,
what he's doing, and
realizes like no, everything is just better with everybody else, with the community, with the family. And then like I know earlier I mentioned just how like observe like when you like observe the things that are happening. One thing that did happen to Ed Harris, like after he like ended the movie, like he's like retires the crown to Morgan. He like goes off in his own like lone wolf journey. He like meets up with the kid who did want his autograph, and he like finds him at school, and he just walks in and hands him his sword,
bro.
And I was like, as I was watching, I was like, this is like, like this is like good shit. He's like grown so much as a character, but this dude is not even a real knight. He's like just a Renaissance man with prop armor. His helmet is his bicycle, is his fucking like motorcycle helmet too, and then he's just covered with like this fucking costume. But they're treating it as if he really is like an Arthurian knight.
Right.
Which is kind of like, again, like adds to the whole magic of the fucking movie. Like, and like with God, what's the other guy's name?
The main blonde guy?
Yeah, the main blonde guy, Gary. Dude, that's the actor's name. Gary. Alan. The dude who like picks up like the chick.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the way like him and like the girl he starts dating like first start interacting, it does feel like, like Camelot, like, oh, my knight in shining armor. It does feel like that's like an authentic feeling they're both having. But this dude's a stunt driver for like a traveling Ren show.
Right.
And like it, but it still has that like that epic medieval romanticism.
It's real enough. Like
yeah.
Just because they don't have horses doesn't mean the rest of it
and like again like the characters
real to them
treat it as it is real because to them it is
right. And
like it sure shouldn't making me believe like I get these guys like are just performing, make ends meet, but they're out camping in tents every fucking night.
It's so sick. I want to live it. I want to live that. I want to live with this group. I'd travel around.
Yeah.
Stick. So the scene with the kid, and then also the scene that couples with that where he goes and beats up the cop.
Yeah.
In the diner, and then everybody cheers. What the fuck, man? Such a great ending. Well, okay, that's not even the ending, because what happens next? My God, did you laugh? Did you laugh? Because I actually laughed when he got hit by the semi.
It was a little funny.
It was shocking. It was so shocked. Like that. I was just like and the way they fucking edited it with all the bits of the fucking bike just.
The sound in my head that played was the Lego like the fucking Lego video game like clatter of the pieces, just that. Because that's exactly what it looks like, and like, and you kind of know like in that final ride he's doing, you know, where he's like, seems to be like much happier than he has been, even though he's bleeding out actively. You can kind of feel like, okay, you know, he's gonna die, you know, coming up here. You know, probably like blood loss, fall off his bike, you know. But he has like this final thought of him as like an actual knight on a horse. And then he gets hit by the semi, pure bliss. And then his final moment, the happiest he seems to have ever been, and then he gets demolished by a semi, and you don't even see a body, you just see pieces of just scrap and metal, and his helmet just shatter across the road. No bicycle frame, no wheels, just pieces of things everywhere, and no Ed Harris.
Yeah, such a good.
And then, and then everybody mourns him, and then they ride off.
The funeral.
They ride off onto the road to the next stop. One big happy family.
It's a beautiful thing. One thing I didn't understand though, so the guy that was with him at the end, the Native American guy.
Yeah, he's credited as Indian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Indian. Who the fuck? Like I liked his character. I liked that it was the symbology of, like, you know, the black bird that he's seen in his dreams. But did they ever really expound upon, like, why is he still there? Why is he hanging out? Why is he following him? He knights him at one point.
Yeah, I think
but like
he shows up in the middle of like the bad skirmish, and Ed Harris is like, that guy's gotta kill me. That guy's here to take me out. This is my moment, because that's what he thinks his bird dream means. So he sees like Blackbird crest on his like shield. He's like, this guy's it. This guy's here for me.
Right.
And like, I think there is like deeper symbology in like how, like what he interprets his dream as compared to what it actually means in the movie. Kind of like, instead of someone who's here to take him out, it's like maybe it's someone like who's there to guide him the rest of the way. Is kind of how I took it. You know, he's not here to like. And
I love all of that. But do they ever explain why he stays? Like an actual reason why this guy is still there, or is he just there almost like a ghost? Do the other people even see him? I'm not even quite sure.
My theory is he showed up as a sort of like audition, like, I want to join the crew, and that's when he gets knight, is like, welcome to the crew, you're now a knight, you know. And then I think maybe follows him as like maybe, you know, like, again, like more guru, diviner purpose, you know, like, I am here to guide him the rest of his journey, you know. You all go on without me. I thought it was cool
that he went with him. I thought it was cool that he followed him, and it was almost just like this silent, like confidant. Like, he
silent,
felt like kind of a guardian angel almost.
Like a guiding spirit, you know.
I loved it.
And apparently this movie is also just about George A. Romero himself. I was listening to like this podcast like about just talking about this movie specifically, and they kind of delved into like how like Romero like used this as like a way of him like leaving the independent scene and going like mainstream studio, and how like he is Ed Harris's character. It's actually about him and like being a part of like this independent group. Like the like medieval troop being like his usual crew that he works with in like Pittsburgh and not Hollywood, and then like a lot of the conflict being around like having to go mainstream, and like Ed Harris killing himself as Romero, jumping to studio filmmaking, you know, and like kind of making that like self-sacrifice, killing like his ideals to move forward.
Right.
So that whole angle is like fascinating too, especially like in the production they were like, so Ed Harris is playing you, but you want us to hate you, but you're such a cool guy, George Romero, we can't hate you. That was like a real thing they struggled with.
Yeah. Well, damn, I should look at his filmography. Like, what did he make a bunch of stuff like for studios before this? Like, how much? Like, obviously, he got famous in
Night
early
of the
60s.
Living Dead. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. I'm trying to see Martin, The Crazies. He's done like a bunch. He was a big deal in like independent horror, and then jumped to studio filmmaking like right after Knightriders. Actually, Knightriders is his last independent movie, and then he jumps to studio filmmaking with like Creepshow.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then eventually he did go back to independent before he died again. But I mean, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, all pretty freaking great movies. I think those are the only ones I've seen. I haven't seen anything else he's done.
I honestly haven't either. I'm looking at the list right now. No. I've never seen either of the Creepshow movies.
Did he did 2 of them, or did he only did 1 of them? He only did 1 of them.
He did 2 of them in 1987. He just wrote it, apparently.
Aha!
It says. Wikipedia. Who knows? Probably wrong. Wikipedia says he wrote. He just credited as a writer, probably just as the original writer.
I think, yeah, because he wrote the first Creepshow.
Yeah,
I think he did.
Make more sense.
Stephen King wrote Creepshow. Oh my God.
Makes sense. They were working on. That's why he was there.
Yeah, it all comes back.
Fun. Yeah, man. Knightriders is cool. I really, really liked it.
I enjoyed it a lot too. I had a good time with it. I don't think I have like any super negatives about it. You know, I think like one thing that really like fell apart for me was how like Alan and I think your name's like Angie or Julie, one of those two. Like the girl he picks up at the Ren Fair. How their relationship ends, you know, like he's got to move on with his family and she's not welcome. She's not allowed, but drops her off back with her abusive father. And then that gave me the thought, if she has to go back home to her parents, that would make her underage, making this problematic.
Yeah.
Which is something I didn't think about because, of course, she, like, is not, like, the actress is not a 16 or 17-year-old, but probably, like, mid-20s. But it never connected to me that this character was underage. It could have been underage if she's living with her parents.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a different time, bro.
Different time, and again, it's never explicit how old she is. It's just like a random thought I had, like, wait a minute. I'm not saying it is, but again, that's just something I noticed. That's the only thing that didn't work for me, was just how that relationship ended. I kind of really did appreciate those two together. Problematic or not, I thought they worked.
Oh, okay. Another question.
Yes.
Which I didn't understand. So, was the Queen Ed Harris's girl? Was she into the blonde guy?
I have no clue.
Because at the end she went over to, like, that was what they were doing. Is that why he dropped her off? I'm so I don't think that's the reason why like those two broke up. I think it is like, my community is moving on, but you got to stay here. You know, you can't come with. I think that's the reason why it ended. As for Ed Harris's like girlfriend or whatever, I thought they were like a couple the entire time because of obviously they were like sleeping together and they play king and queen. But like she said, like years ago, like we started this. Like they've been together for a while. Yeah, it was clear.
But like, I can understand it if it's like, I am completing my journey, I'm out, goodbye, you stay with the troop, you know. But and like leaving her behind in that way, but it did look like he like physically passed her off to the other guy, and he was like arm around her. I can understand if it's like supposed to be like comforting, your boyfriend's leaving and not coming back, and he's gonna, you know, fucking like crumble to Lego pieces in about in like 20 minutes. I can understand that, but it did feel like, here you go, here's my wife. Have at ye.
So you don't know why either. You saw it, but you don't really get it either.
Yeah, especially like I thought, you know, like maybe like she'll still be the queen of, you know, the festival or whatever. But even then, she passes her crown to Tom Savini's girlfriend, and they like they become king. That was so sweet. You really felt it. You really felt it in the moment too.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, Tom Savini is not, like, a specialized actor. He's makeup and stunts. He did his own stunts in this movie, too, by the way. Like, anytime he flips and eats dirt, that's Tom Savini flipping and eating dirt.
Yeah.
But he's not, like, he's not, like, an actor. He has, like, a couple roles here and there, you know? But anytime he does show up, it's, like, cameo. Like, that's legendary makeup artist Tom Savini, and like right there. Yeah. But here he's just fucking third build, and he's doing a pretty good fucking job. He is like
truly
shockingly strong at acting, given again that he specializes like makeup and stunts. He's not an actor.
He's got charisma.
But he can act. Sure. Yeah.
He's good looking in like a kind of a uncle ass way, I don't know.
Yeah, like sexy uncle.
Yeah.
Kind of way. I get what you're saying.
Hell yeah.
He was like he does look pretty incredible in this movie.
He does, yeah. For real. Hair off the chain.
Well, shoot. Yeah.
What do you want to give this one? You want to rate this bad boy?
Yeah, I've got to rate this bad boy. I give it a 7 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8.
Ooh.
I know. It feels good. Feels good.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah. I have really nothing bad to say.
It really is like a pleasant surprise. Again, like off the jump, like looking at what this movie is, you know, like front facing, you know, like Ren Fair and motorcycles and like whatnot, and it's 2.5 hours, but instead you get this deeper character drama that's about like community and personal ideals and personal things and people and the people you care about. It really does work incredibly well.
Screenplay's out of this world. Love it. Does it belong on the Weirdo Watch list?
I think so, because it's about like chivalrous knights, but they're on motorcycles, and it's a Ren Fair. But it feels as grandiose as like an actual like. It doesn't feel as grandiose, but it like the characters act like it is as grandiose as that. As like, you know, like fucking like King Arthur and all that stuff.
True. Yeah.
And like it does have again like fantastic character writing to where like the cool idea you had going into this movie is just out the fucking window, and you want to see these characters like just be together. I was like looking forward to like crazy motorcycle action and stunts, and you get it in plenty of times. But the best parts of the movie are like the characters.
Absolutely. It's something much more real, and I thought it was just going to be a badass time, but it is a badass time, but it also has like this
so
mystical
much heart
vibe and so much actual good vibe, human real shit going on here. So 8 out of 10 for me. Belongs on the Weirdo Watch list. I agree. It squeaks on there because it's not, I mean, it's really not that weird, but like I think it's one of a kind. That's for damn
one of
sure.
a kind. Yes.
Yeah.
One of a kind movie.
So, absolutely. All right, bro. Let's hear it. Let's hear what we're watching next time.
Yeah. So for the next episode, we will be watching Nicholas Winding Refn's 1996 film Pusher, starring Mads Mikkelsen.
Okay, yeah.
Drug pusher grows increasingly desperate after a botched deal leaves him with a large debt to a ruthless drug lord. So it's just a crime movie. I am not too deep in Nicholas Winding Refn's filmography. I have seen Drive, and that's it. But I rewatched Drive like a week ago for the first time since like 2018, and finally understood why so many dudes think it's like the best movie ever, because it kind of is.
Huh, I'll have to rewatch that.
I thought it was like pretty okay. I was like, yeah, this is a good movie, but I didn't get it like a lot of other straight white dudes do.
Yeah.
But rewatching it like the other week, I was like, no, this absolutely fucking kicks ass. This is so goddamn good. Doesn't kick ass like dudes kicking ass, but it's a movie about feeling stuff, and that's great. A lot of movies that's just about feeling instead of about like other stuff. It's a movie you feel. Doesn't make you feel, but you feel it.
Gotta drive. I love Ryan Gosling.
He's so he's not in this movie though. Instead, we get Mads Mikkelsen.
Was it Pusher? You said
Pusher.
Yeah. Pusher. And it's on Tubi.
It's on Tubi, and it's an hour and 50 minutes.
Pusher trilogy?
Yeah, there's 3 of them. I think, Refn did all 3 of them.
Wow. Oh, over 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2004 and then 2005. Just boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Well, let's watch the first one at the very least.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push her, to do all 3 of them, but I think all 3 are on the watch list, so we can do the trilogy if we really wanted to.
Hey, if I love the first one, maybe I'll just pop the second and third on.
If you do, tell me. Actually, no, I'll probably watch this like the day before we record it anyway.
Yeah, look at us,
100
procrastinators.
Minutes. It's not unreasonable to watch all 3 of them back to back. They're all shorter than 2 hours.
Yeah, be a man. Just do it.
Do we want to do like all 3 pushers? Do you just want to commit to this now? But
no, I can never commit to that because I know myself so much better than that. And I will fail. I will watch the first one.
The first one.
Like, that's good enough.
The first one, and then
I can commit to one. Anybody can do one. Everybody gets one.
We're supposed to commit to at least one. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. Extra credit. I wouldn't count on it being extra credit, actually, if neither one of us watch it, and then the audience watches all 3 of them, and they're like, they didn't even talk about the other 2.
No.
But
if
again,
do that, you can come on the episode.
Yeah. Here's how the audience will know to do all 3 of them is if I titled that episode Pusher Trilogy. And then we'll just have to like tell each other like, hey, I did the other 2. Get on it. We'll do the first one.
All right, sounds good to me, my friend.
All right. And with that, thank you everybody for watching this episode of the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast. I have been your host, and that has been your other host. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Yes. And watch at least the first Pusher movie for the next episode. It is on Tubi. It's supposed to be good. I got a sneeze coming up, but thank you everybody for watching, and have a good night.
What's you?